So I would say, in general, my um, journey to the truth started because when my grandmother, when I was younger, actually ended up getting cancer, and I was a young kid. I think it was like around 12 or 13, something like that. Yeah, like 12, 11. And my grandmother actually had lung cancer from smoking, but she had stopped smoking for about 6 months. So it was actually or something like that, like half a year or a year. So it's kind of something that was a little bit depressing because she actually stopped because of me, and I think it's something pretty incredible. I really appreciate it, and I think that it was a good thing that she did. Unfortunately, she also worked at a hair salon as well too, so she was exposed to a lot of chemicals there, um, along with the smoking. So quitting triggered the cancer probably because it allowed her body to have the chance to recover. Um, because cancer is just like your body's reaction to a unnatural environment. And it's actually trying to clean itself up, and the cancer is trying to help your body from being sick. But I remember thinking when she was going through chemo and radiation treatments, and because at that time I was when I was kind of growing up a little bit, I started learning more and more, and you start coming around that age, you start coming into your own thoughts, and you kind of start piecing together things a little bit. And I thought to myself, hmm, well, I know that radiation causes cancer, right? I think everyone knows that from things like with like nuclear radiation lingering in areas, and them talking about like not eating animals from those areas or going to those areas because the radiation is too high, right? And cancer is a bad thing supposedly. I remember thinking, so my grandmother who has cancer, and she got it from, well, that was the thing too, is I didn't really know how she got it except for the smoking. um, but at that time, I was just kind of equating the cancer to radiation. I was thinking, why would you treat cancer with radiation? Doesn't really make sense when radiation causes cancer, right? So you're doing something to your body. You're blasting it with this radiation, or however it worked. At that time, I didn't really know, which I mean, I still don't exactly know, but you're essentially blasting your body with radiation, but radiation causes cancer. So you're trying to get rid of cancer by causing more cancer. And I remember thinking that, and I even asked my mom that. I think when I was younger too, I kind of made a comment, and she kind of didn't really have an answer for me when I had said that, and I kind of brushed it off. But that was essentially the beginning of my whole journey, I would say, of actually questioning a lot of things. And at that time, I still wasn't like super into questioning a lot of things, and realizing that our reality isn't something that is true. It's a reality that's constructed for us. Essentially, we live in a matrix that was created by, it's like a mental matrix essentially. There are societal pressures and things like that too that kind of contribute to it. Um, More, I would say, I guess, kind of indirectly. It's like somewhat directly as well too, but it essentially makes it to where your view of life and like your mind ends up putting you in a state that is essentially a matrix within our reality. So, um, but yeah, so she actually had lung cancer and had her lung removed. Um, but she's still alive today, which is kind of crazy to think about. I think it's what, it's dang near, I think it's been, has it been 20 years or something like that? Like she's had it. So she's a medical anomaly. She's definitely not the average person. And I hope that I have half the strength. I mean, even a quarter of the strength that she has would be pretty incredible. But um, yeah, I think that looking back at it, I would say that that was probably the beginning of where I kind of just realized like the things that we're told and the way we do things in society, they just aren't necessarily logical. And being of the male sex, you tend to have like a little bit more logical thoughts. So even as like a child, uh, you tend to think about those things and just like question. I don't know if that's just maybe that's the type of personality that I was given from my DNA that I inherited from my parents. But yeah, just I definitely encourage people to question things and not just accept them. So yeah, peace.